not November, but November 2019, question number 2A, where we have 3 alternatives. The first alternative is the selling option. So the selling option, I've been able to display my cash flow timings, which is year 0, year 1, and year 2. And I've been able to put my cash flows here. Time 0 is the investment time. And if it is an investment time, of course, in this case, it's a cash outflow. We're investing, and then, of course, money will have to go out. So this is a cash outflow. When we invest like that, year 1, we shall be able to get 400. Year 2, we get 500. If we read the beginning of this particular question, you'll be able to see option number 1. Option number 1, the firm could sell the design outright to another corporation with payments over 2 years. So we're going to receive these monies over the 2 years like that. And remember now, for purposes of discounting these future cash flows, we are using PVIF. And the PVIF is present value interest factor. And to get this, we normally talk of 1 plus R raised to negative what here? Negative N. Oh yeah, abracadabra. Hii inakuwa ni 1.12 raised to negative 0. Hii inakuwa ni 1.12 raised to minus 1. Hii inakuwa ni 1.12 raised to minus 2, like that. So please give me the figures. Nimetoa 1.12 wapi jameni, sababu R is 12%. 12% is the same as 0.12. Kwa hivyo inakuwa 1 plus 0.12, which is 1.12, like that. So then could you kindly give me these figures? 1.12 raised to minus 0. This gives me what here, somebody? This gives me 1 positive. Right, first year is 0.829. First year is 0.829. Please ensure that you know how to raise. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the other advice that I would want to give each one of you who is studying for this paper, when you're revising, don't look at this paper as if it's a mountain. No, it is these small things that you're doing here that will count. These small things. Like now today, I'll do this. I'll do 2 theory questions, and I'll do 1 question of purchasing power parity. That is my objective. 3 things. This. Number 2, I'll do 2 theory questions and the purchasing power parity. And then from there, I'll be able to leave you guys to go and sleep, because I know you love sleeping. So 1.12 raised to minus 2 is what? The last year. 1.12 raised to minus 2 gives us what figure, somebody here? 1.12 raised to minus 2. So 0.7972. 0.7972. Now, the moment I have these discounting factors, what I need to do is to come and create the last column of discounted cash flows, or basically what we call the present values. And for me to get the present values, what do? I'll take the cash flows, I multiply them with the PVs. So we have here minus 400 times 1. You give me a figure to write. That one, I know the answer. The answer here is minus 400. From there, we go for the second one. Second one, we have 400 times 0.8929. Somebody called Umi has given me 350. People are giving me different figures, you see now. 357.16. 357.16. Thank you very much. You guys are great. Thank you very much. The last one will be 500 times 0.79, which gives me 398.6. 398.6. I'll come and add the 3, and whatever I will get will be called the net present value. Whatever I will get will be called the net present value. So you take this plus this plus this. Unipatia figure. And then please, kuna video ambazo nilishare the last mile revision. Zilikuwa videos 8. Mlizipata zote kweli? Last mile revision zilikuwa videos 8 za AFM. Mlizipata ama mjapata bado? Video 8. Have you been able to watch all of them? Only 4? No. They're supposed to be 8. There are 4. Then there is a problem there. They're supposed to be 8. I'm still watching them. I only got 4. Don't worry. I'll be able to rectify that. They're supposed to be what here? They're supposed to be 8. Plus now what I'm doing here for the next 4 or 5 days, you guys will be very comfortable for this. Yes, boot camp and last mile. Yes. So please give me the final figure here, minus 400 plus this plus this. Give me a figure here. 355.76. 355.76 is now my net present value if I decide to sell. So this is the selling option. Fortunately, you guys have this figure, and I can easily now rub this from my board for option number 1. Can I rub very fast? Can I rub very fast? Yes. Thank you very much. That is selling option. From there, we go to the second option. The second option, wanasema option number 2, the firm could now license the design to another manufacturer for a period of 5 years, which is likely to be the product life cycle of the conveyor system. These examiners are using technical words, useless words, to confuse you. Simply what they want to do is to throw you under the bus. The bus that is supposed to be carrying you to Canaan, it, of course, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, kills you, leaves you outside. You don't, in this case here, reach Canaan in terms of cash name. This is quite a simple thing. The thing that I want there are cash flows and licensing option. They've given me the licensing option, cash flows. So unamwandikia wataka understand, unamwandikia vizuri license option. Your handwriting is better than mine. If possible, in capital letters, you underline to scare the examiner. And then you come and write the year. So year, wamekuambia unaanza na year 0, you can decide also to leave it. Year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. After year, the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I can see the figures now. The cash flow. Unamwandikia cash flow. Cash flow. So cash flow ya licensee times 0, we are investing at times 0. From there, we have 500 here. Number 2, we have 200 here. Number 3, we have 160 there. Number 4, we have 120 there. Number 5, we have got 80 there. Now, what I need to do is to come and still work on PV at 12%. I wish I was an examiner this semester. What I would have done was to give you the same question. But of course, I can't give you the cost of capital. I cannot give you the cost of capital. I would want you guys to calculate cost of capital, for example, using CAPM. So I'll give you the risk-free rate of return. I'll give you expected returns of the market. I'll give you beta, like that. And if I'm a bad examiner, I'll want to see whether there is any student who knows how to apply Hamada's model. Hamada model. We shall overcome, don't worry. So PV, fortunately, we have a few PVs. Tuko na ya kwanza PV is 1. Ya pili. Napenda Hamada's model sana. Hiyo nani ukweli. Mimi nikiambiwa ni set exam lazima niweke Hamada model. Lakini uzuri wanajua mimi ni paka mzee hapana patiwa vitu ya kuset. Right? So kuja hapa straight away, ladies and gentlemen, kuja hapa nipatie 0.8929, 0.8929. How about year number 2? Year number 2. 0.79. Nitawakumbusha hiyo msijali. Dakika mwisho mtashika vitu mingi sana. 79, 72. Let's concentrate with this. Let's be very serious. Let's concentrate with this first. So please, for year 3, I have here 1.12 raised to minus 3. 0.7118. So 0.7118. Year number 4, what do we have? Year number 4, 0.6355. 0.6355. Year number 5, lastly, we have 1.12 raised to minus 5, which will end up giving us 0.5674. 5674, please come and create the last column here where you multiply the two. The first one, I'm quite aware, the first one is minus 400. The second one will be 500 times this. Please give me a figure. 500 times this gives me what figure? The second one. 500 times this figure. What are we getting? 500 times, which gives us 446.45. 446.45. Now from there we go to year number 2. Year number two. Year number 2, 159.44. Abracadabra, 159.44. Tunaenda straight away kwa year number 3. Year number 3, 113.89. 113.89. Year number 4, 76.26. 76.26. Year number 5, lastly, 80 times 0.5674, 45.39. 45.39, like that. Alafu una add like that. Whatever you will get here will be called, of course, these are cash flows discounted to today. They're present values, but because they have subtracted the initial outlay, that present value will be called the net present value. So ki add sure there, inakuja 441.43. My work is very nice this night. My work is to ask you a simple question. Can I rub this? Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I'll come and rub this like that. And then now go for the last option. So the last option, ladies and gentlemen, is which option? It's manufacturing ourselves. Let's manufacture this thing. We are manufacturing ourselves. So namwandikia in capital letters, manufacturing option. Even if you not write anything below, you simply underline, and then you come and give us the cash flow periods, the year we have, year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Give us our cash flows. So our cash flows, what do we have there? I'm chopping 3 zeros. I'm cutting 3 zeros. So we have here 0, 90, like that. End of year 1, I can see, is that, nah, that's 900, sorry. 900, sorry. End of year 1, I can see 400, I receive a whole 400. We have a 500. We have all the others are 400. The others are 400. The others are 400, 400. Then what I'll need to do is to come and compute the PVF. PVF at what percentage? At 12%. My work is very simple. My work is to ask you to give me these figures. Already you have them. Unfortunately, because of exam phobia, especially during exams, you always get students punching a few things. And then here in the first one, they start telling you 0.8. No. First one times 0, PVF should be 1. Better still, you can use the formula. You say 1.12 raised to negative n. N is negative 0 there. It'll give you 1. So could you kindly give me these figures very fast, please? End of year 1, what do we have? 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 End of year 1. Please give me the figures. Or do you want to give me the present values automatically? Mwingine ameniambia 0.8929. 0.8929. How about end of year 2? How about end of year 2? End of year 2. End of year 2, 0.7929. 0.7929. 7929, I think. 0.7118. 0.7. Dixon, 0.6355. 0.6355. We are doing very well. 5674. 5674. Sijui kama tumeandika zote. Kuna question ambayo nimeona hapo juu. Anauliza mwalimu, do I have to put present value interest factor steps or PVFA, or can I get them direct from a calc and put down? My own, it's very important that we get to see your PVF figures. Don't take a shortcut. My own have been an invigilator, invigilating advanced AFM for the longest time ever. A chief invigilator. And I can assure you, in AFM, you should never be in a hurry to look for shortcuts. Because my own, if you look for shortcuts in AFM and, for example, finish the entire paper, say, in 40 minutes, it means you'll be staring at the ceiling for more than 2 hours. It will be quite an unfortunate situation. Always go for the longer way so that you can get something that you shall be writing throughout. So please come and give me the figures here, the present values. So you're multiplying. So this and this gives me negative 9. Please move with speed. Move with speed. So already Gilbert has got a net present value. Thank you very much, Gilbert. Gilbert, you are the best. Amesema NPV Gilbert ameadd ni 824.28. Can I work with this net present value? HP has confirmed 828. Thank you very much. Let me work with this. Now remember, and this is where I saw some students losing marks. This examiner never asked us for AEV, annuity equivalent value directly. No. He asked us, after you finished getting net present value, could you kindly advise us which project is the best between the three? The one that will be the best between the three will be the one, ladies and gentlemen, that has got the highest net present. So it will be important for us to come and summarize. So give us a summary of net present values, And remember, you guys have so many unfulfilled promises. And as we come to the end of the semester, you have got so many unfulfilled promises. Like we have one lady called Jenny who promised to do some TikTok advertisements for Mwalimu. I'm yet to see one, and the semester is ending, and I'm so sure she can't do it right now when exams are here with us, right? There is one ear which is missing, I'm being told. There is one ear which is missing, but I'm so sure you guys have sorted out that one. I'm so sure there is one, somebody who must have sorted out that one. Yes, one ear was missing. I'm so sure we'll sort out. If you can we shall sort out the ear which was missing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for summary. If we sell, if we license, if we manufacture, what is our net present value? I'm so sure that the manufacturing net present value is 824.28, like that. Yes. Becky is asking a very good question. Aren't some cash flows regular? Even if they're regular, so long as there is some black sheep, there is one that is irregular, automatically you use PVF, Becky. There is a black sheep. There is a black sheep somewhere there. Are you understanding the concept of black sheep? Black sheep. Yes. So long as there is one figure which is different, then you use PV throughout. So can somebody remind us the NPV of selling? NPV of selling, what do we have? 355.76. 355.76. How about license? License is 441.43. 441.43. So as such, in this case here, we recommend. Which option do we recommend? Using NPV. Which option do we recommend using NPV? Which option do we recommend? Manufacturing. A good student has just said something very important there, that Mwalimu, you said that there is no way we can use net present value when in this case here the number of years for the options are different. I agree. You can see what Kiretu Maxwell is saying, that Mwalimu first of all calculate AEV. I agree, but let's read the question. You know, I may say my things, but when you go to the exam room and get the examiner asking you his things, don't start telling the examiner that there is a Mwalimu who told us this. Abide by the rules there, right? So like in this question, what are they telling us? Look at this number one. Advise Kanga Limited on the best alternative based on net present value. So don't you think, first of all, you're supposed to advise using net present value as per the question? Yes. And then now we go to number two. You number this question very well. So now number two is what they want us to use annualized net present value. Annualized net present value. So for annualized net present value, I'll come very fast, ladies and gentlemen. Annualized net present value, I can even call it AEV. Is there anybody who is able to remember the formula? Is there anybody who is able to remember the formula of AEV? Annualized equivalent value. Is there anybody who is able to remember this annualized equivalent value? They have forgotten. Wameniambia ameniambia NPV over PV-FA. NPV over PV-FA. This is very easy. Mimi napenda kufunza. Kufunza ni kitu rahisi sababu mimi nafanya kazi kidogo, wanafunzi wanafanya kazi mingi, lakini mimi napata pesa yote. Kufunza ni mzuri sana. Kama sasa hapa, mimi sasa tupandaandika Roman 2. Unaona? Nikishaandika Roman 2, mimi sitavuta hii. Nitakwambia wewe uandike sasa hii vile nimeandika. Hii ndio mimi nitavuta hii peke yake namna hii. Alafu nikuje hapa by the side oye niandike PV-FA. Niandike PV-FA. Ndio niweze kuapply the formula. Ninaweza kuapply the formula. Ona vile mimi nimeandika haraka bado hujanifikia. Because you see I want to apply this formula. AEV is NPV over PV-FA. Wewe ukiwa umelala huko unaona nisha copy NPV nimemaliza. Nataka kuweka formula hapa ya PV-FA namna hiyo. Alafu ninaweza calculate. So the moment you guys write up to where I am, please thumbs up. Tell me yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Sasa kutoka hapo tukuje hapa kwa PV-FA. Tukuje kwa PV-FA very fast, ladies and gentlemen. Who can remind us the formula? Mimi napenda sana formula ya PV-FA. Kwa nini mwalimu napenda formula ya PV-FA? Sababu formula ya PV-FA hiyo hutokana na PV. Kupata PV-FA tunasema ni 1 plus R raised to negative n. Right? So kupata PV-FA huwa tunasema ni 1 minus this simple formula. 1 minus this simple formula. 1 minus this simple formula like that. Divided by what here? Divided by R. Divided by R. So inakuwa ni 1 minus the simple formula divided by R. Divided by R. Thank you very much. Divided by R. Thank you very much. You see here, 12%, I can easily read for 12% from my tables. From my tables. But you see the figure, the cost of capital, which will be given in an exam. SKC is asking, why are we not subtracting the initial outlay from NPV? SKC akiwa huko wanaona vizuri. We did. Tulikuwa na kitu ya time zero, kama ni 400 huko, tulikuwa na subtract always. Thank you very much for already did that. Year zero, thank you very much. Thank you very much. SKC, it's already subtracted. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, nataka tusikizane sasa hapa. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Sasa tuanze na hii ya kwanza. Hii ya selling, nitasema ni PV-FA. What percentage? 12%. How many years? Ya kwanza nitasema ni 12%. How many years? Selling iko na how many years of receiving cash flows? Nimeambiwa ni 2 years. Thank you very much. How about license? Itakuwa ni PV-FA. 12% is common. Please go to license option and count the number of years for us. Year 1 to year 5. Thank you very much. Hii itakuwa ni PV-FA. 12% is common. For how many years? PV-FA for how many years? 6 years. Thank you very much. So now your work tonight is to calculate these 3 PV-FAs. Your work tonight is to calculate these PV-FAs. You calculate the PV-FAs. So tunaanza na ya kwanza. Abracadabra ya kwanza ni 12%. Ambapo nitakuja niseme hapa ni 1 minus 1.12 raised to minus 2. Raised to minus 2. Divide this by R. R which is 0.12. R which is 0.12. So nasema 1 minus 1.12 raised to minus 2 divided by 0.12 divided by 0.12. Nyambura amepata 1.6901. So please remember, if you're not able to get these figures, you simply call like now your children. If you have a child who is in form 4, atakwambia mami, let's raise. 1 minus 1.12 raised to minus 2. Kwanza useme equals. Alafu whatever you get, you divide with 0.12, or you call your spouse. Number spouse, akisa problem zani nilikuwa nimwambia last time, kama ni accountant, amari mwalimu wa primary school. Sasa mwalimu wa primary school haki anaweza shindwa ku raise, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So wameniambia hapa inakuja ngapi somebody hapa? Wameniambia ya kwanza ni 1.6901. 1.6901. So I hope all of us have been able to get this 1.6901. Zamzam amesema 3, sio umetoa 3 wapi? Oh, DJ Jesse anasema ni 3.605. 3.605. 3.605. 3.605. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. License is 3.6048. Manufacturing is 4.111. Manufacturing is 4.1111. 4.1114. 4.1114 like that. Manufacturing inafaa kuwa 4.1114 like that. 4.1114. So abracadabra, ebu sasa apply, ngoja kidogo. Suppose to be 4 digits. Yes, inafaa kuwa 4 digits. Kwa hivyo turudie hapa kidogo. Inafaa kuwa 3.60 watt. Inafaa kuwa 3.60 watt. Inafaa kuwa 3.60 watt. Bwana David, ikiwezekana msiweke kamera on. Ukiweka kamera on, kuna wanafunzi wako huko Turkana wapi, net na wasumbua sana. 3.6048. 3.6048 like that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please come and create the last column where you give us AEV. Create the last column where you give us AEV. The last column where you give us AEV. The last column where you give us AEV. So AEV, you look at this formula. We are taking the net present value that we have here divided by PVFA. Net present value divided by PVFA. Net present value divided by PVFA. Net present value divided by PVFA. Abracadabra. 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 Oh yeah. Abracadabra. Look at the formula of getting annuity equivalent value. 122.46 option 2. Naambiwa ni 122.46. 122.46. Hiyo ni option 2. Umeenda option 2 unipea hata option 1. Problem, I'm getting figures from the same students. Kumaanisha kuna wanafunzi ambao hawataki kung'ang'ana. Kuna wanafunzi ambao hawajui mugagana upwa hali wali mukavu. Hali wali mukavu. Haya, turudi hapa. Option 1 nafaa kuwa ngapi? Option 1 ni 210.496. 210.496. 210. How about manufacturing option? Manufacturing option, is there somebody who is able to see 210? 200.49. Thank you very much. 200.49. 200.49 or 48. So using AEV, ladies and gentlemen, which option should we recommend? Using AEV, which option should we recommend? Using AEV, which option should we recommend? So unaandika hapo, highest AEV is 210. Highest AEV is 210. Highest AEV equals to 10.496, and therefore the optimal decision here is to sell. And then you go to Roman number 3. Of course, they want you to compare. Of course, when we are comparing, we can see a conflict. We can see a conflict between the two methods. We can see, in this case here, ladies and gentlemen, net present value telling us to go for manufacturing. AEV is telling us to go for what somebody is selling. So in whose hands are we safe here? Which model should we believe in? Which model should we believe in? So in this case here, whenever there is a conflict between the two, AEV is superior. AEV is superior. So because the two methods are conflicting, the final decision will be made based on AEV, because basically AEV standardizes the net present value to give us what we call standard durations, to give us what we call standard durations, to give us what we call standard what year. So AEV is superior. AEV is superior. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from the way we have seen students really participating there, I'm so sure in an exam, all of us would have gotten this thing correctly. Is that not the case? Sure. Thank you very much.